Ben Carson did an interview with CNN to discuss his presidential run and various political issues, and he basically got cranky on air, and he really gave a nasty attitude to a very legitimate question here about gay rights. Let's listen.
I want to get to these comments about gay rights and gay marriage that are in the spotlight again. Can you just clarify for us sort of where you stand on this issue? I know you're saying that gays haven't been segregated when it comes to, say, water fountains the way African Americans have been. But do you think that gay Americans are discriminated against, that they face discrimination?
I don't really want to talk about the gay issue, except maybe you can get the answer for this question. What position can a person take who has no animosity toward gay people but believes in the traditional definition of marriage that would be acceptable?
Well, sir, I mean, if you're running for president, I think it's fair to ask you this question. Part of being a candidate is to answer questions. Can you tell us if I understand if you're saying it's not exactly the same, but people look at that. Some people look at that and they say we're talking about two groups that have faced discrimination, and I wonder if you think gay Americans face discrimination, even if it's not at water fountains.
I've made my opinion quite clear on this issue. I think the Constitution protects every single American, and everybody has equal rights. Nobody has extra rights.
Sure, but if you're saying it protects people from discrimination, I'm asking you then if you think gay Americans are protected from being discriminated against, and do they face discrimination? Do you think they do?
Everybody should be protected against discrimination.
Are gay Americans facing discrimination?
Can we move on to something more important? Is there anything more important?
No, you haven't answered my question. You haven't answered my question. Are gay Americans discriminated against? It's a very simple question. I'm just asking you to clarify your remarks.
I just said everybody needs to be protected from discrimination. Everybody probably has somebody who discriminates against them because there are people with small minds who think that way.
So you're saying gay Americans are discriminated against?
I'm saying every group faces some type of discrimination. Christians face a lot of discrimination. I wish we would talk more about that.
So do you not want to talk about discrimination against gay Americans?
I just gave you an answer.
Okay, I will say that I think you gave me part of an answer, but not a complete one.
That was just hard to watch. Notice, he had to bring up Christian discrimination. I mean, every time somebody says that, the interviewer should automatically go, give me one example of Christian discrimination. Just one. And we saw this with Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. When she was asked that, her response was, yeah, there's that one time, a lot of Christians are one example, can I get back to you? She couldn't give one example. And I guarantee you, if you ask Ben Carson, he can't give you one either. You want to know why? It doesn't exist! That's why. But see, what they can say is, well, you aren't giving us the right to take away gays' rights. Therefore, you're discriminating against us. They try to flip it. So, somebody could bring up, like one of the Fox hosts brought up the Indiana discrimination law, anti-gay discrimination law. They're like, we're not allowed to kick gays out of our restaurant because they're gay? Well, that's discrimination against us. No, it's not. That's you discriminating against them, as you say that you're a victim, which is not the case. I also love the extra rights talking point, because this is straight out of the Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh playbook. It's like, well, gays do have a right to get married. Hello? They just have to get married to somebody from the opposite sex. That's it. They think it's cute. They think it's clever. Like, aha, gotcha. Except they're attracted to people of the same sex. And if they get married to somebody of the same sex, they're not hurting anybody. And in reality, that would be equal protection under the law if you let them choose who they want to get married to when they're not hurting anybody else. But they think they nailed it when they're like, I just don't want to give them extra rights. And who doesn't love the, I have no animosity towards gays, I just don't want them getting married. Just take out gay, put in interracial marriage there, and you'll see how ridiculous it is. I'm not a racist or anything, I just don't want white people to get married to black people. So then you're a racist. I mean, it's amazing how they do these mental gymnastics where they can think that that makes sense. Like, I'm not anti-gay, I just want to take away their rights. Okay, so then what? You're calmly against them? Like, you're anti-gay, but you're not fervent about it, or loud about it, or a dick about it? You just calmly want to take away their rights. Well, I'm sure there were, people in the old South who were pro-segregation who were like, I love black people. They just need to stay on their side of town and never look at a white person and understand that they're second-class citizens. Okay, well, that would be a racist. That would be a racist. Saying, I'm not anti-gay, I'm just against gay rights. Well, then you are anti-gay. Of course you are. Again, the mental gymnastics is stunning. And then at the very beginning, can you clarify for us where you stand on gay rights? No. I don't want to talk about it. Dude, you're running for president. You can't say that. You can't say that. Could you imagine, man, on any other issue? Like, hey, so what's your position on the minimum wage? Next question. What the fuck? No, you want to be a leader. You want to be the president of the United States, the most powerful man in the country. Your whole job is, what are your opinions on these issues and what are you going to try to implement? He's like, fuck that. Tell me I was a great doctor or something. Suck up to me. Oh, God. It's just, you know what it is? It's these Republicans, they're just so unserious. I don't know how anybody could vote for them. I don't know how anybody could even think about voting for them. I mean, they're a parody of themselves, and this makes it clear.